Hello everyone. Today we're going to see about impact of COVID-19 on the Sri Lankan economy. First we're going to see impact on the overall economy. The first instance of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka was reported in January 2020, being a Chinese tourist who has fully recovered since then and returned to China. The wave began with another deduction on 10th of March. A Sri Lanka tour guide cases increased rapidly thereafter. The tour guide was also among the first recoveries in the country. Lockdown and global shocks with a slowing economy. In order to increase of COVID-19, the government of Sri Lanka has enforced curfew across the island to encourage social distance and completely banned inter-district travel. Sri Lanka is heavily dependent on Chinese imports. As China was on extent closer after Chinese New Year, the spread of COVID-19, most Sri Lankan companies have seen their supply chains slow down, with switching countries not being feasible option in most cases. Now we're going to see impact on key sectors on Sri Lankan economy. Tourism. With the closing downs of airport and quick spread on virus across country, both domestic and foreign demand is virtually zero. Recovery is largely dependent on how fast economic activity pick up internally, and reopening borders will only be effected if key source market recovery fast. The next high impact is apparel export. The apparel sector is one of the most affected sector under this situation, with impact from both on demand side and supply side. With suppliers are resuming gradually and largest export destinations are some of worst hit countries and has already resulted in cancellation of production and shipment. Next one is retail non-essential goods. Lanka is reliant on China for imports of consumer durable and electronics. Import restrictions are likely to cause supply constraints in short term. The next high impact economy, banking and finance. Government has introduced a series of policy measures to support affected business and individuals. Credit growth is expected to remain flat, with NIM plus in medium term once concession expires. Next we're going to see medium impact on the Sri Lankan economy. First one is transportation, construction, IT, BPO. The low impact on economy, retail, essential good and telecommunication. Next one, exchange rate and financial market. Decrease tourism, reduce export earning and outstanding foreign debt payment essentially increase and pressure on foreign exchange rate. Apart from that, a considerable number of Sri Lankans employed in Middle East, South Korea and Italy are severely affected by the pandemic. Thus, it is accepted the foreign remittances to Sri Lanka will drop by $2.7 billion during this year. Measures implemented by the Sri Lankan government. The Sri Lankan government has implemented a variety of strategies to control COVID-19 by allocating financial and non-financial resources extensively. Sri Lanka continues to maintain a large number of quarantine centers, with many hotels and few public places converted as quarantine centers. Maintaining such quarantine centers and facilitating suspected patients in center requires huge additional funding, which ultimately affected budget defeated through the increased welfare expenditure.